There is a man you know. Maybe you've seen him, quiet, calm. He doesn't argue. He doesn't explain. One day, someone is in his life. The next, they're gone. No speech, no drama, no second chance. People call him cold. People call him heartless. But what if that man isn't broken? What if he's the only one who understood something the rest of the world refuses to accept? Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are." Most people spend their entire lives trying to fix people, explain themselves to people, and beg for the understanding of people who were never built to give it. That is not loyalty. That is weakness dressed up as virtue. The Stoics had a concept, the dichotomy of control. There are things within your power and things outside it. Other people's character, outside your power. Who stays in your inner circle, entirely within it? You don't have to destroy someone to remove them from your life. You simply stop watering what won't grow. Cutting someone off isn't an act of aggression. In Stoic philosophy, it is an act of radical clarity, the refusal to allow another person's chaos to live rent-free inside the only life you were given. Here's what most men don't understand. The moment you feel the need to explain why you're cutting someone off, you've already handed them power over you. Nietzsche wrote about the will to power, not as domination over others, but as mastery over oneself. A man with true self-mastery does not negotiate his standards. He does not hold press conferences about his boundaries. He simply acts in alignment with who he is. Think about it. A lion doesn't explain why it doesn't eat grass. It doesn't hold a conversation with the gazelle. Its nature is self-evident. And a man who knows his own value operates the same way. Silence is not punishment. For a man of standards, silence is the loudest thing he owns. When you explain yourself to someone who has already shown you who they are, you are not being mature. You are performing maturity for an audience that does not deserve the show. The man who cuts people off without explanation has already done the explaining internally. He has judged the situation, measured the cost, and made a decision. The silence you're witnessing is the aftermath of a private court, one where he is both judge and sovereign. Now let's address the thing people get wrong. They say, "That's cold, that's avoidant, that's emotionally immature," and sometimes they're right. There is a broken version of this, a man who cuts everyone off because he was hurt and never healed, who isolates not from strength, but from fear. That man exists, and that man needs to do the inner work. But there is another man entirely, one who has done that work, who has sat with his anger, examined his patterns, and emerged with one unshakable realization. Not everyone deserves a seat at the table of your life, and building a bigger table is not the answer. Carl Jung called it individuation, the process of becoming fully yourself. And part of that process is separating from the collective expectations of others. Friends who need you to stay small, family members who weaponize obligation, partners who mistake access for love. Jung said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. And accepting yourself completely means accepting that some people are incompatible with who you are becoming, not because they're evil, simply because growth is directional, and not everyone is going where you're going. Here is the philosophy most men need to hear, and almost no one is teaching. Your attention is a finite resource. Your energy has a daily budget. Your emotional bandwidth is not unlimited. Every person you allow into your life is a withdrawal from that account." Schopenhauer, one of the most brutally honest philosophers in Western history, argued that most human suffering comes from what he called the will, the relentless, unconscious force that drives us to seek, to attach, to need. He believed the path to a dignified life was the denial of unnecessary suffering, which includes the suffering caused by people who take more than they give. When a man cuts someone off, he is not being selfish. He is being a steward. He is managing a resource that, once spent, does not come back. Time, attention, trust, peace of mind. Every man has a finite number of mornings. Choose carefully who gets to occupy them. There is an old idea in philosophy, the Epicurean ideal of ataraxia, tranquility, freedom from mental disturbance. Epicurus believed this was the highest human good, not pleasure, not wealth, not fame, peace. And peace has a price. That price is often a person. So let me tell you what the man who cuts everyone off actually is. He is not bitter. He is not broken. He is not running. He has simply reached a level of self-respect where he refuses to negotiate it for comfort, his or anyone else's. He has read the Stoics and understood that his character is the only thing he truly owns. He has read Jung and understood that becoming himself requires shedding what doesn't belong. He has stared at Schopenhauer's brutal honesty about human nature and chosen to act accordingly. He does not cut people off because he hates them. He cuts people off because he loves himself, not in the shallow Instagram sense, but in the ancient philosophical sense. The Latin amor fati, love of one's fate, love of one's own becoming. The highest form of self-respect is knowing what you will no longer tolerate and acting on it. Most people will spend their whole lives waiting for permission to protect their peace, waiting for someone to wrong them badly enough to justify the cut. But the man who has truly understood philosophy knows the truth. You don't need a reason that the world agrees with. You only need one that you can live with. And sometimes, that reason is simply, I am meant for more than this.